Welcome, everyone, to College Park, Maryland, and the house has been built by guys from Boomer to Diggs. Home to the Maryland Terrapins, where the fans are eager to welcome visitors into the shell. EA Sports College Football with a showcase high-profile interconference showdown. It's the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets and the Maryland Terrapins. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you here in the booth, and Holly Rowe keeping an eye on all of the storylines down on the sideline. Holly?
Checking in with the Yellow Jackets head coach before the game. He said these kind of matchups are always fun when he's going against a former Nick Saban assistant. As you know, they have a pretty famous text chain of guys who came up under coach. They have some similarities, but they have some differences. What I do know, it's always a good game when these guys match up. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. The Terrapins offense will get the football first. And for the first time in this game, we get a look at big Dorian Fleming. They say the tight end's always open, and he seems to always be, and he's always making big plays.
There's a lot of great attributes about a tight end, like the size, the physicality. This guy, though, what sticks out the most is the...
Snags it, and there's running room. The 30. He's showing it all, the juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line.
And, man, that's a really good job by this quarterback. Seeing the spacing, running back starts to creep down the field. He delivers it to him, and, man, is he fun to watch. That dude catches the football. Everybody in here holds his breath because he can take it the distance, starts chewing up yards, and makes the big play for this offense.
From the gun, it's Williams. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Illegal block.
They'll take the penalty and move them back. They'll have to hurry if they want to get another play off before the quarter ends. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Still scoreless here after this offense has dominated time of possession as we take a look at the first quarter stats. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Back to throw, it's Washington. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up third down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Ton of ground to cover here on third and long. He's got it on the run. He's not going to make it to the first down marker, but that looked like a clear face mask, and he might wind up with the first down anyway. I'm not sure he knew he had the face mask there, tried to let it go in time, but couldn't. It's a penalty on the defense. And the Terrapins are threatening on first and goal. Quick give. It's Coleman Williams. They put the brakes on him. Timeout taken by the Yellow Jackets. That'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit down, sir.
Can the D deny them on second and goal? Back to throw, time running short in the half. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
That's a heads-up decision by the quarterback there. You want to throw a touchdown, but if it's not there, just throw it away, and now we got third.
Third and goal, where defensive coordinators have to make a stand. To throw, it's Washington. Just about had the pick in the end zone. Instead, it'll be fourth down.
And that's a good job by this defense, man. You drop back, you play really smart, play sound. Understand, there's not a lot of field to cover, and they couldn't fit the ball in a window. Good pass defense.
And on fourth down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. And he'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. Absolutely perfect. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy with that.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. So Georgia Tech's offense coming onto the field, and we'll get our first look at them in this one. A big challenge in this matchup is for the linebackers to be able to hold their ground, something they haven't always been successful at doing. First play of the drive, he'll look to throw. Grabbed on the outside, it's Allen. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
But on that outbreaking route, really it's designed for the receiver to make the catch before falling out of bounds. Nice timing and anticipation by the quarterback on that throw.
After the 4-yard completion on first down, now it's 2nd and 6. Wants to throw, he's working against the clock. Finds his man, it's Addison. He's down to the 38-yard line, and they can stop the clock. Georgia Tech spends its second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. On the move, he fires. Got a man in the middle. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
And those in-breaking routes, man, it's got to be trust. Trust in the offensive line to do their job, and then trust that you know your receiver is going to break that off and come straight down the line of scrimmage. Stay away from the defense, especially those guys that sit back there trying to...
Lets it fly. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
Yeah, and he had an opportunity to make such a big play. Listen, he wasn't wide open with nobody around him, but you got to make that play. You got a little bit of space. You got to haul that in, make your quarterback look good, and make a big play for this offense.
And here on second down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. And it's no good. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal.
Listen, he's a guy that makes 60-yarders in practice, so they give him that opportunity with this big leg. He misses it. The opponent didn't set up the return, so they're going to get the football back now. Pretty good field position. There's still a few ticks left on the clock. They've got a chance to steal some points here late in the half.
They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Drops back. It's Washington. Going deep. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A first half that saw a little bit of everything there in College Park. Back and forth we've gone so far, and these numbers, it's funny, third down conversions don't always tell the story. Maybe staying out of those situations in the second half is the safest pathway to victory. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside the shell.
The Terrapins will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Sideline, Holly.
Catching up with Coach Brent Key at halftime. His biggest frustration right now is not being more productive on offense. He understands that the home environment is a challenge. Communication has been an issue at times, but he said they are just out-toughing us at the line of scrimmage. He said we've got to start establishing our rhythm, get into a rhythm, and start making some adjustments at the line of scrimmage. Guys?
Appreciate that, Holly. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Looking for room, it's Hosley. Hit and drop behind the line, he'll lose a yard.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
We've reached the break. It's Maryland with the lead. And we've reached the end of the third, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. And we're just about ready to go with the final quarter. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Dropping back, it's Mendoza. Finds his man. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Timeout taken by the Yellow Jackets. That'll be their first. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. Quarterback slides, and he's got enough for the first down.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
Got out of trouble and throws. Makes the grab. Georgia Tech spends its second timeout. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. The Yellow Jackets can really attack on this second and short. He's stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain.
I hate the play call. It's going to kill you. It takes way too much time running the football outside and then not getting out of bounds. That's one they're going to regret trailing late.
And the Yellow Jackets kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Drops back on first down. Right side, it's Allen. He is wrestled down at the 17-yard line. They've got a first down in the red zone.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
So this is going to be rife with drama and overflowing with pressure on this field goal try. They get the timeout called with 7 seconds left on the clock. And this to tie things up in the final minute. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. And this to lock things up late. And he got it! They tied the game in the final seconds.
Wow, and with that field goal with so little time left here in the game, it looks like this thing's going to OT. You have to give that young guy so much credit. He had the weight of the world on his shoulders, and he's able to knock it through. We've still got some football left here, fellas.
Number 33, set to kick off.
On the move from inside his 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. 4 quarters not enough to settle this one. We're headed to overtime.
And these teams have played so well, back and forth, evenly contested game. How about a little free football, Jesse?
Yeah, I love this, Dave. Free football and finding out which of these two teams is the most mature. Who can settle down now with the game on the line and make the big play?
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, just to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Palmer. Like, you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the 3rd overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays, back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
The give is to Williams. Makes a man miss. And he's tackled, stopped at the 14. They'll move the chains. They've got a first down in the red zone.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Takes off. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits.
And it's not sexy, and it's not these long plays all the time. But this QB does such a good job of picking up 4 to 5 and making it where you're always ahead of the sticks and just letting you know, we'll run it. We'll take advantage of this guy's speed, and we're going to make you defend him throughout this football.
Touchdown, Terrapins! They jump on top here in OT.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
This extra point would give them a 7-point lead in OT. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. Looking downfield, it's Mendoza. Incomplete, and they got a hand on that right at the line of scrimmage.
A lot of times when that ball's coming out, you can tell the offensive linemen want to get those defensive linemen's hands down. They want to hit them, engage on them. Great job by the defensive end, getting his hands up in the air and getting the deflection.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces the 3rd down.
And this is great sudden change defense right now. Of course, this drive started with their backs against the wall. They've now forced 2 straight incompletions. If they can make one more big play here and avoid giving up a touchdown, man, that is a win.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Fires to the wideout. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! They got the score now to see if they go for the win or the tie.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Don't assume on this extra point. They needed to send it to a 2nd OT. And he did get that extra point through with no problem despite the snowy surface. Now 1st down here in the 2nd overtime. Motion from the back. Calls his own number. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Looking for a gap. It's Hosley. Able to move it ahead a couple of yards. He gets it down to the 20.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Back to pass. It's Mendoza. And the deflection on third down. How big is that? Forces a fourth down.
Man, they just couldn't find a hole. Down in the red zone, the field shrinks. So much harder to complete those passes for fourth and short. Now, decision time, baby.
Defense will call a timeout. They got a peek at the formation. Want to make sure they're in the right call on this big down here in overtime. They'll try to strike first with a field goal in overtime. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And with that, they've taken the lead. Down by 3, it's their turn here in overtime. A touchdown will win it. Here's first down. Fresh set of downs going up top. Makes the grab. No chance to run, but still a good gain.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. From the gun. Look out! And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense. The #1 job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap and try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the passer. Right now, this offense just looks confused up front.
On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Left side, it's Durham. He's not going to get there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down decision.
Going up. 4th down.
So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Timeout called by the defense as they want to make sure they avoid any hint of a mental lapse here in overtime. And they are coming out for what will be a huge field goal attempt. Up and gone! And that's going to tie it up. And now it's all 2-point conversion attempts from here on out. Sets his feet. It's Washington. They can't get it done on the 2, and now they'll rely on the defense. They broke serve. Now a chance to win it with a 2-point conversion. The snap sets up to throw. That's it. That's the ball game. The 2-point try gets it done.